ah, ah. I've got to stop starting my streams like this. Meowing everyone. I believe I should be live at this point. And if I'm not, well, then I'm not, but I think I am. Good meowing, good meowing. Oh no, what has happened to my, whatever. I'm trying to figure out chat right now. Good meowing, LDTGX. With the view, where did kick chat go? It disappeared. Well, hi to Twitch. And oh, we're almost there. Not quite there on kick, but I'm almost somewhere. Hi, Razor. And she's nervous. I caught you live. Ah, says Maka. Mamo, hi, good meowing, good meowing, good meowing, good meowing. Am I nervous? Am I? Ah. I don't know how I feel. Hello. Wow. Ha. Sorry. Sorry again about yesterday. It feels so far away, but it literally like is only just 24 hours ago, give or take. I almost died. I don't know why. I still don't know why. And when I said I felt nervous, I didn't mean like anxiety or emotionally about stream. I just literally felt nervous about physically doing stream. But I'm sitting today, so worst case scenario, there's a chair beneath me. Stigmas never forgive. Good meowing, Crimson. Hi, Neda. Hi. You sound a bit nervous. I assume because of not knowing what to do for the best day of the week. Nah. You're right that I didn't know 100% what to do, so I came to you all in the litter box for some ideas, and I still don't really know what to do. All I know, I have to get this off my chest. A confession that I have. Just glad you're okay. Thank you, Mama. I love you all so much, and I'm not gonna lie. I think that was the most heartbreaking part. I didn't get to say my daily I love you yesterday before I ended stream. Which, okay, that probably sounds silly to a lot of you that have like real life relationships. But for me, it's like the only time in my day I get to say those words. So, it means a lot. Hi, my son. It's me, dog 96. How are you doing? We love the small cat. It's mutual. It's one-sided. I love you all much more. I hope you don't faint today, though. At least the back of your chair will cushion the fall. I'm very glad to know you're much better. Thank you. Wah. Yeah, wah. I don't know. I should give you guys an update on the state of my health soon, TM. Today I don't have much of an update other than I've been taking it super easy, trying to just either rest a lot, drink a lot of water. I wanted to get a lot of work done. I had every intention of getting a lot of work done, but instead I spent most of the day feeling sorry for myself. I enter this never-ending loop and this never-ending trap of the internet, which is, or not just the internet, of life, which is comparison. You know? The good old thief of joy. Ouch. I keep kicking my tripod. But yeah, how did it start? I think it began on Twitter today, kind of. It was a cross between Twitter and YouTube. On the Twitter side, I keep getting recommended these threads where it's like, tell me about some underrated VTuber. Wow. And then there's literally 300 posts about all these different VTubers, and the self-loathing, the more that I scroll, it just increases on and on and on. I'm sorry. This is not supposed to be sad girl energy. I'm just saying it does. Hear me out. This is why. It's not because I think all of these VTubers are so much better than me or whatever, which, okay, objectively, some of them might actually be, but it's more like, there's such a sea of like, oh, this is going to sound harsh. I should have thought this through more, but there's a sea of like almost uselessness. I don't know how to explain it. It's like a mixed bag. There's a lot of like, there are a lot of people that believe that they are underrated who are likely to be accurately rated, right? I think I'm included in that. Go off, queen, drag him through the coals. I think I'm part of that number as well, by the way. I'm not just talking shit about indie VTubers as a whole. I'm talking about myself. Yeah, a giant echo chamber usually, isn't it? Yeah, an echo chamber, especially of creators who are obsessed with the art of their VTuber character and video games. And that's it. Like a lot of them don't. This is really mean of me to say. This is really mean of me to say. I'm included in this in some regards, right? I'm not saying this from the position of a know-it-all or whatever, like I'm better. I'm just saying that like there's just a lot of literal mediocrity, a lot of sameness, a lot of like nobody in the world cares about this except for you and maybe like 3 other people, but go off, sweetie. uh, it's like hi, I am senpai. I'm not talking about you at all, by the way. I'm really not. How to compartmentalize. Anyway, it's like swimming in a sea of fish and not wanting to be amongst those fish kind of thing. And then a reminder of like how useless it is of an activity to watch other people. It's not helping me. It's not going to help me be better. It's not going to help me honestly in any way. It just reminds me maybe briefly of what I don't want to be. The only case that does kind of like make me very, very jealous are people who are just like very, very obviously way more creative and talented than I am. But even then, watching them and feeling bad about myself isn't really going to help. It's just like I could just spend that time doing more of the things that I want to do. Another thing that makes me kind of like, I know it's me, it's okay, joking. I'm really not talking about you. I'm not like this towards people that I like. I have 2 groups. There's the people that I like, and then there's everybody else. I'm talking about everybody else. I'm not even joking. It's true. Wah. But wah 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 wah. I don't hate you. I don't hate you. I don't hate you. I don't hate you. I really, really don't. Ah. I really don't. I'm not even just being nice. I'm telling the truth. I think if you're someone who can grace my presence or whatever, or tolerate me for even like 5 minutes out of your life. Okay, maybe 5 minutes is too short. If you can tolerate me at all, though, you're definitely special. You're definitely unique. You know? And I'm dissing myself. This is not a diss to you. This is about me. Razor is just lying to me over on the Twitch side. You need to do things, which is a you thing. Yeah, you'll be fine. Soon you'll have your yeah. I do need to do things. I need to be more brave. But also there are just some ways where in which I am objectively bad. So here's the one that's really getting to me. I'm not gonna lie. It does have to do with lore. It does have to do with lore. Because I do think I'm doing kind of a terrible job of like communicating my character's lore. It's not that I think it's super important or anything like that, but I do think I'm doing a terrible job. And I have this like irrational fear of looking like a copycat or looking super unoriginal when nothing under the sun is totally original, but still because there are a lot of nurse VTubers, and there are a lot of Menhera VTubers, or, the mentally ill, whatever, right? And I'm actually not really either of those. Yes, me as a person, I am a Menhera in real life, meaning that I have mental illness and I accept it more or less, even though I do strive to, get better. And then the nurse stuff, like, I don't think I've ever co-opted that except for as a joke during ASMR. I'm not a nurse cat. Originally, I was toying with the idea of being a pet healer, but that's kind of weird. So I decided to just be like an emotional support animal, like a volunteer at a hospital. The kitty cats that just you plop them on the bed and they purr in your lap while you suffer from your terminal illness, but then it makes you feel a little bit better. That's my role, but I don't think I'm communicating that clearly. I also don't think it matters all that much. Hi, Dusty Waffles, good meowing. Can you nurse me back to 100%? Honestly, no. And then, but okay, that's one part. It's half and half. So one part is that I'm an emotional support animal. The other part is that I am a healer, a mender of broken hearts. And the way I do that, though, it's not like, I don't know. Again, it has nothing to do with nursing. It has to do with vanquishing spirits, deleting spirits, evil spirits, something like that. But again, it's part of the lore that nobody knows about because it's all in my notebook and on my computer, and none of it is out in the world. And I feel pressured to release it because I really want it to be out there, just so like it doesn't look like I'm copying someone else. Because I feel like similarly themed VTubers pop up every single day. And I don't know why I have such a fear about this. Like, nobody cares. Like, at the end of the day, no matter when I post this, nobody cares. But yeah, I have a strong desire to express my lore in the form of like a manga, like an ongoing story. But the problem is I'm not an artist. And the other problem is I have no money. So even if I knew an artist, I couldn't commission an artist to help me write this story. So I'm just kind of stuck here with like, well, dang it. What should I do instead? We're almost at 400 on Kick. Oh, hurry, everybody unfollow on Kick. Can you wah. Oh, if you gain HP for my wahs, I could do more wahs. You do nurse us each day with your soothing voice and being an emotional support outlet for 30 minutes at least. We'll get to the exercising stuff over time. Why not do a light novel? No reason, really. Just a lot of words. Oh, no, here's the reason. Here's the actual reason why. Why not do a light novel? I worry about humanity's capability of reading and literacy in general. So I would prefer to read a novel, and but even then, how do I say this? It's not like it's easy to find novels that have compelling stories and great writing all of the time that are also like, within your area of interest. There's a lot of sifting to do, especially the pickier you are. And I'm kind of a picky person, right? Also, I don't have experience with writing either. So just like art, I would have to, there would definitely be what do you call it? Whatever, no matter what the thing is, no matter what it is, no matter what form, there's going to be a hill to climb, something to overcome, yada, 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 yada. We already know you spend a ton of time on AO3, just write your own. AO3 isn't even my top visited. And honestly, I kind of hate Archive of Our Own because of the data tracking, Nobody needs to know the kind of disgusting fan fiction that I read on a regular basis. You're on Wattpad, ain't ya? Actually, my preference is the Chinese light novel site called czbooks.net. Now, I can't recommend you visit this site because, like I said, it's Chinese. So, one, um, I'm probably on some other type of list. And two, you probably won't be able to read it. You can always do what I do, which is, translate everything. But it adds a level of I don't know. It's like adding a difficulty mode, like hard mode to finding enjoyment from reading. Some of my favorite books from all time I read on that site. But again, a lot of it would involve machine learning translation and then kind of reading the broken English and trying to piece together what I believe it should say or what I believe it means. It's really awesome. A learning curve, says LDTGX. Yes, yes, yes. A list, but in Chinese. Yeah. I'm probably on a ban list. Have Minecraft parkour gameplay in the background while you narrate it so future generations can enjoy. Razor, god damn it. Are you the one that sent me that? I think it was you. That freaking AI shit that gives like randomly generated fucking Minecraft videos to an audio. It's so terrible. I hate it. Not because it's Chinese smut, but primarily because it's Chinese. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, like, some of my favorite books on there, for example, have authors that are now in jail for writing what they wrote. Brain rot to video or something stupid. Actually, that you're getting me on topic by accident. I was gonna talk about that today too, but not from reading. On YouTube. Is it really 3:21? Apparently. I don't know what I've been talking about for 15 minutes, but whatever, it's fine. Just let me talk. Let me talk to you. I miss you all a little bit. I miss you all a lot actually. But yeah, the other part of my day that was wasted on YouTube made me feel like I don't know what it was where I saw this term for the first time. Everyone is familiar with TikTok brain rot or shorts brain rot, but I feel like nobody really talks about video essay brain rot or yeah, like long form content brain rot, which is the same garbage as the short form in a way. Like, oh my god, I watched this freaking amazing video essay on cybersecurity. I think it was like 2 hours or an hour and a half long. It was one of those icebergs, everything about cybersecurity, and it was so good. It did it for me, right? Like, it talked about so many different aspects and angles of privacy and hacking and security and malware and behavioral psychology and manipulation and dark patterns and evil big tech corporations, right? And it was just like, it was so soothing. But also, it's like, that's an hour and a half of my life I'll never get back. And I do that on the regular, like about things that I already am interested in and I already know. Or today, for example, I really want to make YouTube videos. So I spent maybe like 6 hours watching videos about making YouTube videos. And at some point, I've seen it all. I've effing seen all of it, all of the advice one can give about making YouTube videos. I've read it. I'm done. I have a PhD. I just need to do the thing, but I'm afraid of doing the thing. So instead, I rot my brain by consuming content on the thing. It's so annoying. I treat video essays as background noise while I work on other things, but only when I'm doing something that doesn't require me to pay too much attention. I agree. The one that I was talking about, the iceberg one, I wish I could recommend it, but I don't remember the name off the top of my head of the creator. It was kind of a smaller creator too, which made it more enjoyable in a hipster kind of way. Anyway, I watched the first half and then I laid down for the second half. Wah, 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 wah. Anyway, now that I'm 20 minutes in exactly, good meowing. Good afternoon and good night, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for tuning into Love Talk, where a kitten smitten discusses all things love, life, and anime. Wow. Are you ready to be the center of my attention for a little bit? I'm gonna give you a little bit of that, whether you like it or not. Here's some Monero. Another thing that I was just thinking about right now, actually, yeah, one of the reasons I'm struggling. Oh, I did this wrong. Sorry, that's not. I tried to give chat 4K Monero and then I just didn't do it right. There you go. There you go. What? Oh, one of the things that had me hesitating about starting my video journey is I want to be very intentional about it, and I think about it like a traveler going on an adventure, right? With a map and a destination in mind, even though maybe there will be obstacles and surprises along the way. I want to have like a general vague destination in mind versus just kind of like being thrust out into the world and kind of going all over the place. So I want there to be some sort of I don't know, string of connection or thoughtfulness about how I approach video to video. This is definitely just maybe a perfectionism kind of thing in my head where like, uh, why am I talking about this? Anyway, I don't know what this is about. Like, it's not OCD. I don't have OCD. But sometimes I'll go on a channel and when it's very chaotic and haphazard and about like a lot of different things and nothing makes sense, it it does not spark joy, right? And then other times when the opposite is true, when you arrive on a channel and it's just kind of like banger after banger and there's a very clear vision artistically of like where things are going or how topics were chosen, even if the subjects are far apart, there might be some sort of consistency between them. I find that sparks joy for me. So I want to make sure that whatever I start, it's something that I'm willing to finish and commit to, more or less. Um, and I don't want to ruin it because algorithms, right? Words. Don't be afraid to do it. Literally just do it. Start writing your script. Eventually you'll have it done. You could finish it in a day, record it, edit, so on. You can do it. Yeah. I did that in the shower today. I did in the shower, not the shower. Well, I was in my shower taking a bath with my journal as I am wont to do with some frequency. And I discovered a loophole, you could say. I was trying to figure out what the bridge or the connection is between my main channel and my streaming, right? Because my streams are a little bit all over the place, but I want to have my main channel be um about anime. So I'm like, huh, how can I make a package that is still consistent with the kind of person that I am on stream, kind of cat that I am on stream. And I found a loophole, but I won't tell you about it just yet. I'll save it for another day. Wah wah wah. Okay. I'm going slow. I'm going slow, and it's not intentional. Today is Therapy Thursday, which is supposed to be a day of healing, because I am the mender of broken hearts. But I suck at my job, so wah. I'm gonna recommend an anime that, not gonna lie, I wish I had watched before I recommended this because, uh, for research purposes, I think I need to watch this one. But whatever. So, We have Mimi wo sumaseba, aka Whisper of the Heart. I love a mysterious woman. Very excited. You never said you had to heal us. You talking about stuff makes you feel better is more than enough. Don't pass out on us. Yeah. I'll be good. Mamo says, oh, a classic. It's a classic that I'm too cool to have ever seen. Wow. So, yeah. Shizuku Tsukishima is an energetic 14-year-old girl who enjoys reading and writing poetry in her free time. Oh, she sounds cute already. Glancing at the checkout cards of her books one evening, she notices that her library books are frequently checked out by a boy named Seiji Amasawa. Curiosity strikes her, and she decides to search for the boy who shares her love for literature. This is interesting. I'm in. I'm already invested. I didn't know what this was about. I just looked at the cover art and was like, I kind of want to watch this. But anyway, meeting a peculiar cat on a train, Shizuku follows the animal and is eventually led to a quaint antique shop where she learns about a cat statuette known as the Baron. Taking an interest in the shop, she surprisingly finds Seiji, and the two quickly befriend one another. Shizuku learns while acquainting herself with him that he has a dream that he would like to fulfill, causing her dismay as she remains uncertain of her future and has yet to recognize her talents. Oh, I think I need to watch this right now, to be honest. Someone take Mooney on a movie date to see it. I'll take myself on a movie date right after stream. However, as her relationship with Seiji grows, she becomes determined to work towards a goal. Guided by the whispers of her heart and the inspiration from the Baron, she resolves to carve out her own potential and dreams. Wow. Not gonna lie, I did not pre-read this. I had no idea what it was about. I judged the book by its cover, or the film rather, by its cover, and I absolutely 10/10 would judge it again. I want to watch this one. Has anyone else here watched it already? Well, two people say watch. This one is one of my most favorite movies of all time, says Razor. It always makes me happy. Are you kidding me? So it is good. Okay, I'll give it a go. I'll give this one a priority of a go. I asked myself on a date once too, but got rejected. Feels bad, man. Why did you reject yourself? How dare you? Go apologize. I love taking myself on myself. I don't have split personalities. I have borderline. I like taking myself on dates. I feel like I've told you guys this before. I'm kind of dramatic, so I'm the type to like I'll go to a restaurant alone. I've done this before. And I'll pretend to be sad and make it look like I got stood up. It's fun. It's riveting. It's great. I love when the waiters take pity on me. It's peak cinema. I also like going to the movies by myself, but I haven't gone in a while. Are there other moons? Are the other moons here with us? They're taking a nap at the moment. Ah. So I will watch that one. And then for the question of the day, how much can you forgive? Along with the title of stream, this is supposed to be about redemption. Where's your line? How forgiving are you? Do you believe in forgiveness? This is not meant to be taken religiously, but I guess it could be. Wow. Razor says, quite a bit. Assuming it's rational, then making a mistake, saying something they didn't mean due to anger, etc., but not things like cheating on me, trying to abuse me, and the like. Isn't multiple personality disorder caused by trauma in childhood? I don't know, Maka. Perhaps. I'm pretty sure there's like I feel like there's not a lot of evidence that multiple personality disorder is real, but there is something, what is it? DID, dissociative identity disorder or something like that, which is something kind of similar, but I don't know. I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist, so whatever. I would have to look into it more. But I don't have that. I'm pretty sure I don't have that. Um I want to be someone that's more forgiving, but I don't know if this is a feature of me or a feature of borderline. I tend to be very black and white, and I tend to lean towards what do they call it? Like idealization or the very opposite. So either you're on a pedestal for me or you're like trash. Not you specifically, but a lot of times. So when I like someone and I really, really like them, well, when I like someone, I do tend to really, really, really like them. And then I am a lot more forgiving of quite literally anything when I really, really like them. But if I really, really like you and you do something that I can't forgive, well, then I no longer like you and I don't really have an in between. I think other people have this thing where they can like the person that you are and forgive you for a mistake and still somewhat like the person you are and kind of compartmentalize whatever the thing it is that you did. And I'm like very not good at that. So to put it in more plain terms, um, except earwax. No, that's a good example. That's a very good example, right? It takes one thing to lose my entire heart. If it's already kind of dubious, like if I didn't like you that much to begin with, or the thing you did was very, very bad. So yeah, if I like you a lot, you could pretty much get away with murder is what I'm trying to say. If I like you a lot, I don't know if there's anything you could do to make me not like you. But once you do that thing, I don't like you anymore, right? So like I mentioned this about jealousy, where I don't think I tend to experience jealousy because the kind of person that would make me feel jealous is not the kind of person I would stay attached to for long. Because the moment that I notice, this individual keeps putting me in positions where, you know, I'm feeling insecure and doubtful of their trustworthiness, um, they lose that position of me liking them. So then it's just like there's no jealousy because everything is over. Whereas, you know, if I'm really in love, you know, there has to be trust, right? So then there's no such thing as jealousy because it's just like, well, I trust this person implicitly, even if they're making out with someone in front of my face. I think this is a skill issue. I think this is something that I should work on, but I don't really know how. Wow. I should probably work on it in therapy. Look at you, streaming past 30 minutes. Proud of you. Thank you, Billith. How you doing? Hope you're having a good day. No, don't tell her. Walking with Moon deep in a forest. Out here, no one could hear you scream, Moon. Oh, you're so silly. Agreed. I think she be simpin'. True. I'm a big simp, Mamo. I'm the biggest simp. Also, yeah, I really do feel like that. Like, if I love you and then you turn on me and you're like, I'm gonna murder you now. I feel like I'm the type who would definitely have that like Stockholm syndrome and be like, well, it was a pleasure loving you anyway, and I'm just glad. I'm glad I got to be here long enough to experience all these emotions. I wish you didn't have to do this. I wish you weren't cutting off my limbs right now. I would prefer if you didn't, but I forgive you. I'm so dumb. Murder me softly, uwu. I'm getting Higurashi flashbacks now. Uh-oh. Mooney, would you let me kill you, uwu? If I was in love with you. I don't want to be murdered, by the way. Good morning, Camp Boy. I'm sorry, my son. Looking kind of small to me. Wah, wah, wah. What did I tune into? Madness. You tuned into madness. I don't want to be murdered. I'm just trying to describe the depth of my ability to forgive. It's absolute, with the caveat being I must like you and love you a whole lot for that to be the case. And I don't know what you have to do to reach that level in my heart. I think the best way forward is to just like, if I love you or like you, try not to hurt me, and then we're Gucci. Everything's good, right? And vice versa. That goes for me too. On the other hand, wah. Yeah. The exact opposite is also true, where when I don't forgive a person, I hold a grudge. And no matter how much time passes, no matter how much distance, no matter what they do to try to redeem themselves, once a person has crossed that line for me, it's that's it. I'm trying to think of even one instance in my entire life where I've changed my mind about a person that um that like hurt me in a way or did something that I really found irredeemable. I guess the closest was that, that best friend that like stole my very first boyfriend. But even then, like I said when I told that story, I loved her so, so much that her betraying me in that way didn't really matter. Like, so the reason I forgave her was that I was never really mad about the betrayal or I was never really mad about the boy. Like, who cares? Like, whatever. I didn't care, at least. I was just like, he's just some dude. What hurt me more was the idea that she was choosing him over me, because I'm like, bitch, I love you. How dare you? How dare you put me to the side? But yeah, once they fizzled out and, she groveled and, came running back to me, I forgave her with open arms because, yeah, she already had that status in my life. Now, on the other hand, I'm going to talk about some trauma now. I was always on the fence about my stepfather. And then, what? Okay, I'm gonna not read that comment because I don't know what it means. There's an error in your description. Maka, help me fix it. What's the 400 follower special? I hear women love serial killers. I think they do. I watched a VOD for 3 minutes. It was pretty cute. Which one? You're kind of a tragic lover. Oh yeah, okay, about my stepfather, right? I was on the fence about him to begin with. And then he assaulted me once. And it's been years. It's literally been many, many years. And I never once have forgiven him and never once have seen him in any other light other than, he's an abuser and I'm afraid of him. So even though like I'm not in any real danger right now, like I know logically that he won't do anything. Yeah, it's like, wow. But the reason I bring that up is because like, if I'm trying to think, how do I say it? This sounds really weird, but like if it were my dad, like my biological father, who I really, honestly, never mind, I have trauma there too. But again, so like I say that, but like, yeah, with my biological father, I really, 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 really do love him. So I feel like, yeah, if it were him, I would forgive it, which is so weird. I don't think there's forgiveness to that, Moonson, right? There shouldn't be, probably. But for me, it really absolutely depends on how I feel about the person. Wah, wah, wah. The description says, come watch me live instead of arrive, watch me live. No, I want you to come. I don't want you to arrive. Especially today, this day of redemption. I wanted to do a whole thing where I just tell you guys how much I love you and forgive you for your sins. But yeah, how many fathers do you have? I have one real father, and then I have one stepfather. Hi, Moon. It's good to see you again. Hi, Clay. How are you doing? Moon, the allegations. What allegations? What have I said? What have I done? Everybody knows I have daddy issues. Everybody knows. Only two? Yeah, I only have those two that I'm aware of. Wow. The arrival allegations? No, I'll let it be known. I'm not allowed to say this on Twitch because I'm gonna get banned, but there's something called SOP, and I'll leave it at that. Anyway, some sins cannot be forgiven. Not in here. Some sins, I'll forgive you. If you're a Mooney, I'll forgive you. Those are rookie numbers. You gotta pump those numbers up. How do I get more dads? You mean turn my mom into a whore? I could call you all dad instead of my Discord kittens, but that would be kind of weird. After the novelty wears off, I think I would feel uncomfortable. Anyway, let me give you all a quote for the day since you've been such good kitty cats. Minor flashbang, not super one, like yesterday. Contrary to popular belief, work is done either quickly and well or slowly and badly. I kind of agree with this. It sounds a lot like a weird hot take. I'm trying to think of okay, the reason why I think this, I think there's a difference between building skill and doing work. So I think when it comes to learning a skill or building a skill, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. So slowly is the way that you get there. Slowly is the way that you get to mastery, more or less. It's going to take time and it's going to take practice. But for work being done, like writing an essay, isn't that what this means? That's Razor, what you said is exactly what this means. Work is done, yeah, quickly and well. So I think the time crunch, at least, yeah, working under pressure, I don't know. For some reason, it shakes out for me. It comes out a lot better. There might be exceptions to this, but in my life, yeah, I can see that. If you're already well learned, you will perform the tasks at hand quickly with all your previous skill. If you're taking it slow, you are unsure and more likely not proficient enough to go fast, so it turns out not as bad. Actually, Mamo, that reminds me of a quote my chemistry professor told us in class often, which was, it is not enough to be correct. You must be fast and correct. Yeah, one of his favorite things was to give us these really long exams where you were like in a rush for time to complete all of the problems, but it worked out kind of nicely. I'm pretty sure it was intended in a way that like most students would not be able to answer all of the questions. If they weren't like very, very sure of what they were doing or what their answers were going to be. So anyway, I really enjoyed that class because it just added a dimension to my thinking, whatever. A lot of people probably wouldn't like that, especially if you're someone with a disability. Now that I think about that, that's probably problematic, you know, that professor was Chinese. So I don't know. I'm not saying anything. Hi, Muted Obsession. Hi, GTGSZ. It applies to stuff like that, but some stuff will take hours of your day for years of your life. Give me an example. Can anyone give me one example of something that goes slowly, that a work that is completed slowly and well? Do you have more than one mom too, Moon? Technically kind of. I have one mom, and then I have like my therapy mom, and then I have like my work mom, or at my, yeah. Actually, at two of my old jobs. Actually, I'm on, now that I think about it, at every job I've had except for one, there's always been like an older woman that I've adopted as like a motherly figure. If you do your job well, it will always be fast and precise. This quote seems 100% right. Maybe making things with your hands, like clay pots, for example, or carving marble sculptures. I'm trying to think about it too, though. Even in those examples, clay pots and marble sculptures, I wonder if you take that same person with the same amount of skill, I feel like there might be diminishing returns on how much working slower would improve their skill to some degree. Like, I feel like there's probably, I don't know, whatever, words. Total cat behavior. Meow, meow, meow. Yeah, like getting food from more than one house, cheating on my mom with other mommies. Working on some coding projects takes months to years. But isn't it, Razor, do you remember what the principle was? I forgot now. I told you about this the other day. I forget whose principle it was. Where a task will take up the time allotted to it. So if you say to yourself, I need to finish this pot in 4 hours, right? And then bake it or whatever you do. I took a sculpting class and a pottery class. I should know what these things are, but it's been so long, I don't remember. But yeah, it'll take that long. But then if you say like, oh, it's going to take me 10 hours to finish this essay, you're probably going to spend 10 hours doing the thing. I feel like anything with extreme detail always varies might be a job that defies that quote. That's what I'm thinking about too, but at the same time, I still don't know if it's true, because even when it requires a lot of detail, it may feel slow to the amateur or to the average person, but for the person with the skill set and the tool, I wonder if for them the actual doing of work is fast. Now, again, I'm separating this from learning a skill. I think learning a skill is something that's slow and takes a long time, but finishing a masterpiece, I wonder if for the person who is capable of making a masterpiece in the first place, on their own time scale, you know, would work, yeah, I don't know. Would the work that is done quickly be better than the work that they spend a long time on for their own time scale? What did you sculpt? Penises, obviously. What else could I possibly have sculpted? I'm not allowed to say that on Twitch. It depends on if you need to produce a lot quickly or have quality product careful. I love how these are just like some random quotes I found on Twitter, and then like I'll literally spend like 10-15 minutes discussing them with you. Anyway, I'm sorry. I don't want to leave because I miss you so much because of yesterday, and I just miss you so much in general. I want to spend more time with you, but alas, I gotta go back to the real world, and you gotta go back to your own world. So I'm gonna leave now. Why? Why? Thank you for spending time with me today. Thank you for not giving up on me and assuming that I was dead. I appreciate you. I will hopefully be back tomorrow with Filler Friday. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. I love you so, so, so much. Wah. And yes, I kind of took care of myself. I will continue taking care of myself. I'm gone for a few days. Her PR training is gone. Wah. I wish I was illiterate. Is that a Twitter reference? Please follow me on X if you're not. It's a roller coaster. I love you. Bye.